goes, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm going to wait. And like I said in my prayer, God, I'm going to wait. I'm done saying, oh, when I get HOH, I'm putting this person. I want you to be proud of me. I want you to give it to me first, and then let me weigh out my options.
Yeah.
So, best case scenario is, you know, I get it this week. I just rather get it next week, but I get it this week, and then Jess gets it.
Once I find out.
The good thing about it is that Danielle, the only thing that sucks is Danielle wins POV. You knew, I told you that her dad was like, you didn't make a deal with Amber? I really think she didn't tell him.
Yeah. Oh, I was saying
she
that
would have to keep me here.
Yeah. I know. Because she feels like everybody's against her. But today shows that that's not so. And she may be a little more confident and say, forget Amber. Today was big, Amber. I cannot believe Eric did not use that. I'm sorry.
It just shows his true colors.
I cannot believe it. Love him to death, but I can't believe it.
He's a coward.
He's like, I'm going to shake
Dude,
things
if he would have
up.
sent Danielle to sequester, that would have been 2 people in that jury house that would have been so fucking happy.
I told Jess, I'm like, Jess, to me it seems like a no-brainer. Why would he not use it? Get Danielle out of here, you know? And she was like, yeah, I will put her up. That's who I will put up if he uses it. But she was like, I don't think he's going to use it. And I guess maybe her hands are tied because she, I don't know.
That's the thing with Jess, though, is like, you don't know what she tells Eric, and
I don't. You're right.
That's scary because remember all the stuff that I was like, Jen and Dustin and Eric are in an alliance, maybe. Like we were talking about things. Eric brought every single thing that I said to Jessica up in the conversation me and him having the round drink. He's like, I know that, you know, I had to let Dustin go. I know that thoughts of, you know, me, Dustin, Jen might be in an alliance. He said everything like word for word, and I was like, it's funny how everything you're saying right now, you know, I'm like, I don't want people's their own thoughts that they're thinking to try to make it sound like I said it. Basically, that's what Jessica did to find out if what she was thinking is what was happening. To call him out, she used it that I said it, and that's bullshit. I just can't trust anyone in this house except you.
I feel the same way.
My God, dude, losing Dustin was fucking brutal for me. Fuck.
Like, but you know, I think different things are happening for different reasons. One, you losing Dustin, you are becoming independent on yourself. Whereas me, the fact that the HOH is like, I'm being catered or carried like because of that. But at
Eric brought that up yesterday too. He goes, whether Jamaica wants to believe it or not, he goes, and I hate to admit it because it's fucked up, but anyone that puts her up, the person she's up against is the person that's gonna go home, period. He's like, and you know, people won't admit it, but you know, it's an easy way out with using Jamaica to put up. He's like, and then he brought this up to me too. He's like, you know, what are you gonna do? You know, he's like, I understand that you're loyal, and he's like, and I see that, and he's like, that's what I love about you. He's like, but at the same time, so say you get HOH next week, you know, we were talking about the votes, you know, and Zach and stuff. He's like, so you say you get HOH next week, and you know, you get HOH, and you put up Dick and Danielle, then they take themselves off. Who are you gonna put up there to replace? Who's going to be the first one you put up?
Who would that be the case for anybody? Would that not be the case?
And he goes, me, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I really don't know. I can't say, honestly. But I don't know. I hate to say it, but I knew Jessica was going to win last week. And this week I have a feeling it's going to be Dick or Danielle. I hate to say it, but I do. But every week that I get through this, you know, it just makes me stronger. Like, if my key doesn't get pulled out, it's like, fuck. You know, it's initial, like, great. But at the same time, like, this week, I'm more, like, I cried less. I'm getting upset less. Because I'm realizing more every week that I get through a week that this is in God's hands.
Yeah.
But at the same time, every week that I get through it and still here, people don't like that. They're like, wow.
Yeah, I can see that, but in the whole scheme of things, God still is gonna, handle it. And what I was saying was, with the HOHs, it's like that's gonna be stripped. Like, I'm helpless in that sense, Amber. You're helpless by not having Dustin here. I'm helpless not being able to compete, in which we still rely on God that much more, because it's like, it's not guaranteed. It's not. It's guaranteed that Jess can compete and Eric has her back. Guaranteed.
This sucks this next week, because really the only person that is me, and that we just can't play, and you can't, Eric, but who fucking knows what he'll do.
I don't know. I'm telling you, this is your weekend, but we need it. God, please, if it's in your will, God, let it, God, let it happen, God, please. Don't withhold it from us, please, Lord.
I'm gonna be so fucking nervous. I have to give my speech. I will die. If they're like, oh gosh.
It's not.
I know it's not.
It's that 5 minutes. Like, I'm straight, and then 5 minutes, like, oh, you just feel that weight, that heaviness of, yeah, I know.
I've been coming in second a lot lately, though. 2 POVs in a week. I just start drinking water, that's it. Period. No more nothing but water. Flush my system out.
I was saying that Eric and Jess think that ED and Danny's arguments are like staged, fake.
They do?
I'm like, I don't agree with that. Were you out there when he threw the trash bags down? From upstairs, from her room? You weren't sitting out there when he threw those bags, his clothes down, they were in trash bags?
I don't think the arguments are staged.
Yeah, I don't either. They just had another little spat.
Dick and Danielle?
He, like, lately, he'll make a joke, and, even last night she was like, okay, a joke, or okay, funny man, or something like that. So I heard her say it. She was like, ha, 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 yeah, or funny, or, whatever. And then he said something back to her. Next thing you know, she got up, went in there, closed the door, not slammed it, but harder closed.
I heard that door shut.
And then that's when she went in and worked out.
You don't understand the talk me and her had. That day up in her room, what happened was after they fought, she was crying, and I went up there and I said, I knocked on the door, she opened it like, because that was her dad. And I just said, come here, and I gave her a hug, and I said, Danielle, you're gonna be fine. Tamika, I'll tell you in a minute. And I hugged her, and then I was like, do you want to talk? She's like, there's nothing to talk about, I'm sorry. She's not trying to be rude. I'm like, okay, well, just give me a hug. And she started, as I hugged her, she started crying more, and then I went in and we just talked, and like, she came up to me the next day, she's like, thank you so much for that talk. And that's what, and I don't do it to try to, I do it because it's in my heart. Like, I was reading the Bible today. God wants an open heart. Like, he'll knock on your heart and try to get in. And they asked, and they're like, do you have the heart to allow God to come in, or does he need to break your heart to start fresh? Mine's been broken already. jealousy left unattended turns into a violent rage and turns into doing